Hello everybody, my name is Suman Dua. I am a registered migration agent based in Brisbane, Australia. In this video today, I will be talking about how you can transition smoothly from a 491 provisional regional visa to the permanent visa subclass 191. As most of you would have recently been granted this visa or will be granted this visa in near future, so it's very important that you understand the conditions imposed on this visa and the requirements that you will have to meet in order to transition to your permanent resident visa subclass 191. 491 visa is a skilled regional provisional visa granted for 5 years and is a replacement of subclass 489 visa. 491 visa was introduced on the 16th November 2019 and it has two streams. The first one is the 491 skilled regional provisional visa family sponsored stream, where an eligible relative sponsors you who is living in a designated regional area and gives you 15 points. So we will also put the definition of the eligible relative in the description below. The second is the 491 skilled regional provisional visa, where state nominates you and allocates 15 points. I personally think that 491 visa is special in a lot of ways and does have a lot of benefits. The first one is that the holders of the 491 visa are eligible for a MEDICARE card, which previously was only available for permanent residents. This visa comes with full-time work rights for both primary and secondary applicants. Even though this is a regional visa, but the definition of the designated regional area changed drastically when this visa was introduced on 16th of November 2019. So any regions outside Sydney, Brisbane or Melbourne are classified as regional areas. Also, there is a possibility to get invited for a 491 visa with very low points, especially if you're targeting for state nomination. Also, this visa does not have the requirement to be working in your nominated occupation. So what it means is that if you got your 491 visa granted as a business analyst on your EOI, you really don't have to work as a business analyst while you are the holder of the 491 visa. To be eligible for this visa, you do have to meet the requirements that are set by Department of Home Affairs, that you need to be under 45 years of age, you need to have competent English, you need to have a positive skills assessment in your nominated occupation, and you also need to have a minimum point score of 65 points, which includes the state points or the points that you're receiving from your family. Now, to be nominated for a 491 visa through a state, you will have to meet some extra requirements on top of the Department of Home Affairs requirements. So some states, they may want you to have a job offer letter or a work experience, or would have already committed to the state by living in the state for a certain time. So they may have these additional requirements before they will nominate you for the 491 visa. However, if they do nominate you for the 491 visa and you have met their extra requirements, you may get invited with as low as 50 points, because the state will give you 15 points to make a minimum of 65 points. If you are targeting 491 family sponsored stream and you have an eligible relative living in the designated regional area of Australia who is happy to sponsor you, then you have to make sure that your occupation is on the MLTSSL list for the 491 family sponsored stream. But keep in mind that the points requirements is usually high for the 491 family sponsored stream. To see how many points you will need to target for 491 family sponsored stream, you may want to check Skill Select's last invitation round to see at what points the applicants were invited. Now, to be able to successfully transition from a 491 regional provisional visa to subclass 191, you will have to meet some conditions. So the first condition is 8578. So as per this condition, the holder must notify immigration of a change of contact details within 14 days after the change occurs. 8579. The holder while in Australia must live, work and study only in a part of Australia that was a designated regional area at the time the visa was granted. So we will put the link in the description for the designated regional area postcodes. Condition 8580. So the holder must provide evidence of any addresses within 28 days after the date of the request. Condition 8581. The holder may have to attend an interview. So all these conditions will be imposed on your 491 visa grant letter, and it is very important that you understand these conditions. Like I mentioned before that this visa does have a pathway to permanent residency, which is subclass 191. So 191 visa will be introduced on 16th November 2022. This is because the 491 visa was introduced on 16th November 2019, and it's only after 3 years that anybody would be eligible to lodge the 191 visa. So you are eligible to lodge the 191 permanent visa once you have held the 491 visa for 3 years. You also need to have a taxable income at or above the minimum income threshold, which is sitting at 53,900. So you need to have this taxable income for 3 financial years. So the financial year in Australia starts from 1st of July and finishes on 30th of June the following year. As long as you have a taxable income of 53,900 for 3 financial years while the holder of the 491 visa, and you have also lived and worked in the designated regional area, then you will qualify for the subclass 191 visa. Now let's look at one example. Let's say your 491 visa will be granted in December 2020, and as at 30th of June 2021 you have a taxable income of 53,900, and you have this taxable income for 3 financial years. So your taxable income while holding the 491 visa as at 30th June 2021 is 53,900, then as at 30th June 2022 is 53,900 again, and as at 30th of June 2023 is 53,900. Then you are eligible to lodge 191 visa in December 2023. This is because you would have met all the conditions by December 2023. So your required taxable income for 3 years is 53,900 for each year, and you have also lived and worked in a designated regional area for 3 years. Also note that you can actually combine various sources of income. So it could be that you are working for someone on TFN, and you also maybe run a small business and you have income coming from ABN. You might be somebody who's got some investments maybe in Australia or overseas and have an income coming from those sources as well. So as long as you declare all your income to the tax office, you can put your taxable income as 53,900 with the combination of all these sources of income. You also have the flexibility of having the secondary applicant apply as a primary applicant for the 191 permanent visa. Usually applicants would do that if the primary applicant on the 491 visa maybe does not meet the taxable income requirement, and maybe the secondary applicant meets that. So the secondary applicant can be the primary applicant for the subclass 191 permanent visa. I hope this information was helpful. Please get in touch with us if you have any questions. To stay updated about Australia's immigration, make sure that you subscribe to our channel.